because the so-called alleged accident took place on 18th August 45. Announcement was made on 21st August by a private paper, Domei, from Japan. That was not a government announcement. Nowhere there was a government announcement. And after that, British was a bit suspicious about it. They were also taking it with a pinch of salt. And finally, on 5th September, after searching mostly all the Southeast Asian countries and the places where the Japanese used to have their agents, Hikari Kikana, they found that most of the papers were destroyed or being taken away by the Japanese. Only in Bangkok, one single paper they could discover, the Britishers, they could discover a single note on 5th September, they announced that there is a paper, the plane took off such and such time, met with an accident. He came with the body came out with a practically half burnt, and Shidei and others were died inside the plane there on the spot. His companion Habibur Rahman had less burn, and they had been taken to the Momin hospital. And then on 23rd August in that paper it is written that convey the news to the Indian community. Look at, on the 18th the accident took place, and the news will be communicated only according to that instruction on 23rd. Because there is a reason, later on I can say about it, that then lastly on 28th August, the last is that Habibur Rahman's condition is improving. This particular paper been discovered by the British agents in Bangkok. On that basis, British intelligence officer Colonel Figgis, who was in Tokyo, in the British High Commission in Tokyo, gave order to two experts, Finesse and Davis, to go and search both in Bangkok and in Taiwan. But till today, we do not get the full length report of these two investigators. They are still somehow or other, they have not been brought before the public. One line was there by these Finney and Davis, that it is a deception plan. So that made Figgis to make a very false report, and that false report came out later on, somewhere in September. After that, in between this dilemma, they were not very sure and certain, so they were searching everywhere. Everywhere people were talking about Subhash Chandra Bose. In Rangoon, Britishers are getting the information that he is very much alive. He is in another land. He will come back with a proper help of another country, not mentioning Soviet Union. This went on up to November 45. Then 31st December 45, the first page of National Herald, the first column with a bold letter announced that Bose is in Russia. So that made the British absolutely mad. So they were thinking what to do immediately. Pravda, the paper of Soviet Union, answered back that yes, there is a news holding that this Bose is in Russia, but India is a country with all sorts of imaginary things, and they imagine too many things and too many informations they serve. But we are sure and certain, wherever he may be, but he is not within our territory. That was the answer of Pravda, 7th January 1946. Later on again, Gandhi, Sharad Bose and other people, they are all suspecting from there on February and March that we do not know that exactly, and Gandhi didn't believe. Sharad Bose was having also a doubt there that brother is thinking that something is wrong somewhere. So this went on for a long time. That's why the Burns, there are Jenkins, who was in charge of the CSDIC, the Southeast Asia command that side, he wrote that make him permanently dead. The letter comes with that make Subhash Parman, now our number one enemy, make him permanently dead. Hurriedly, Mountbatten gave a second thought that since we are doubtful about his death, so better to close the chapter. Before that, we must grab his wealth. So 1946 March, Mountbatten is requesting Nehru to leave for Singapore to meet the Malayan governor and to decide about the wealth of INA.